Electrical wiring codes are enforced by local jurisdictions, and these jurisdictions can adopt different versions of the National Electrical Code, otherwise known as the NEC. In the situation presented, there are two cities connected together, with each city enforcing a different version of the NEC. One city enforces the 2005 NEC, while the other enforces the 1990 NEC. There are also areas outside the cities where there are no inspectors, and in these areas there is no official requirement to follow any particular electrical code. It is generally recommended to wire to the current version of the NEC, regardless of the code being enforced by the local jurisdiction. The current NEC represents the latest safety standards and best practices in electrical wiring. The NEC is updated every 3 years to incorporate new technologies, address emerging safety concerns, and refine existing requirements. By adhering to the latest edition, electrical work benefits from the most up-to-date knowledge and practices in the field, which enhances the safety and reliability of electrical installations. There can be exceptions to the recommendation to follow the current NEC. Firstly, if working on a project that will be inspected by a local inspector, one must comply with the code that they are enforcing. Local inspectors are responsible for ensuring that electrical installations meet the minimum safety standards mandated by the jurisdiction. If an older version of the NEC is enforced locally, the electrical work must adhere to those specific requirements to pass inspection. Secondly, if working on a project located in a historical building or district, it may be necessary to follow a different code that has been adopted for the area. Historical buildings often have unique electrical systems and architectural constraints that necessitate specialized codes or standards. These codes may differ from the current NEC to preserve the historical integrity of the building while ensuring electrical safety. In areas outside the cities where there are no inspectors, there is no official requirement to follow any particular electrical code. However, it is still highly recommended to adhere to the current version of the NEC. Even without inspections, following the NEC ensures that the electrical work is performed according to recognized safety standards and best practices. This approach minimizes the risk of electrical hazards and promotes the long-term reliability of the electrical system. When working across multiple jurisdictions, it is important to understand the specific electrical codes enforced in each area. This understanding ensures compliance with local requirements and avoids potential conflicts or violations. Firstly, research the local electrical codes. Contact the local building department or electrical inspector's office in each jurisdiction to determine the specific version of the NEC that they are enforcing. This research can be done through online resources, phone calls, or in-person visits. Secondly, review the applicable codes. Obtain copies of the relevant NEC versions and carefully review their requirements. Pay close attention to any local amendments or interpretations that may apply. Thirdly, consult with electrical professionals. Engage with licensed electricians or electrical engineers who are familiar with the electrical codes in the area. They can provide valuable guidance and insights to ensure compliance. Fourthly, document the code requirements. Maintain detailed records of the code requirements that apply to each project. This documentation will help ensure consistency and accuracy throughout the electrical work. Fifthly, communicate with inspectors. Establish open communication with the local electrical inspectors to address any questions or concerns. Their expertise can help resolve potential issues and ensure a smooth inspection process. The NEC provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations covering a wide range of topics such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It establishes minimum safety standards to protect people and property from electrical hazards such as shock, fire, and explosions. Adhering to the NEC helps minimize the risk of these hazards and ensures that electrical systems operate safely and reliably. Overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers and fuses are designed to protect electrical circuits from excessive current flow. These devices interrupt the flow of electricity when the current exceeds a safe level, preventing overheating and potential fires. The NEC specifies the appropriate size and type of overcurrent protection devices for different types of circuits and equipment. Branding is an essential safety measure that provides a low resistance path for fault current to flow back to the source. This path helps to quickly trip over current protection devices and prevent electrical shock hazards. The NEC requires grounding of electrical systems and equipment to ensure that they are properly protected. Wiring methods refer to the techniques and materials used to install electrical conductors. The NEC specifies approved wiring methods for different applications, taking into account factors such as environmental conditions, voltage levels, and conductor ampacity. Equipment installation involves the proper mounting, connection, and protection of electrical equipment such as lighting fixtures, receptacles, and appliances. The NEC provides detailed requirements for equipment installation to ensure that it is done safely and in accordance with manufacturer's instructions. In general, it is recommended to wire to the current version of the NEC, even in areas where the local jurisdiction is enforcing an older version. However, there may be exceptions to this rule based on the specific circumstances of the project. Firstly, if the project will be inspected by a local inspector, compliance with enforced code is mandatory. Inspectors ensure adherence to local regulations. Secondly, for projects in historical buildings or districts, specialized codes prioritizing preservation may supersede the current NEC. Understanding these exceptions and local variations is vital for safe and compliant electrical work.